True victory comes from investing in those beside you. Aries, let's advance together.
Need an extra boost? Check your credit union. You can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
At HSS, movement is their specialty. Their team of experts provide personalized treatment options backed by over 160 years of orthopedic expertise. Whether you need advanced non-surgical solutions, surgical care, or comprehensive rehabilitation, HSS Florida delivers the exceptional quality care you expect from HSS, the nation's #1 in orthopedics. With 3 locations in West Palm Beach, Wellington, and now Jupiter, expert care has never been closer to home. Choose better, move better. Learn more at hss.edu/Florida.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
In a season defined by an 83-point performance, 83 games was enough.
Are in Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We're back at it again. It is April the 15th, Jackie Robinson Day, and a getaway day in Major League Baseball. We also are fresh off 2 really entertaining NBA play-in games, one of which included the best of both worlds as the Charlotte Hornets topped the Miami Heat in an overtime contest that was absolutely thrilling. And best of all, the Miami Heat, my favorite squad, a squad that has been in the play-in tournament for 4 straight years, and the previous 3, they found their way out of it. Even one year made their way all the way to the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat fell, and they are officially in the NBA's draft lottery. They officially have a chance at maybe a top 4 pick, definitively a top 13 pick, and a chance to maybe get a franchise changer in the 2026 NBA draft. So I'm a happy camper. It might be a year or 2 late to the party, but I'm a happy camper that the Heat are where they are today. But I'm still a little displeased, and there's a little bit of distaste for what we saw happen in the second quarter of Hornets v. Heat. It didn't ruin my experience of last night's game because it was a fun game, and honestly, maybe no Bam Adebayo gave room for an even more thrilling finish. The Heat might have won had Bam played through all 4 quarters, but I will say still glad with the results, and the NBA has a big decision on their hands as we stand here today, and we know that they are investigating. They are looking in on deciding whether or not they're going to punish LaMelo Ball for the incident in the second quarter. We're going to get to that and more today. We got Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. right here on ESPN 106.3. I did miss much of the show today, but I've heard reports and I've seen videos on social media that he has been outright bashing Ball for what he did and calling for the NBA to likely take action. So we'll see if the voice of the culture, the voice of the Miami Heat for ESPN Radio, Evan Cohen, if he's going to get his way over the next couple of days. On the other side of the glass, on the ones and twos, is Colin Russo from Russo and Rizzo filling in today, 4 to 6 typically. And Colin, you're a Hornets fan. Are you pleased with what happened last night?
I am pleased with what happened. And you said it, and one thing I want to allude to, if you watched last night and you want to make it big about should have been ejected, should have been suspended, and I'll say this, LaMelo probably should have been ejected from the game, right? But if you're going to look at that macro and make that determination that it ruined your experience, that was the best NBA game all year. It was the best NBA game all year.
And that's a bold claim coming from you.
I mean, fine. But in moment,
a little recency bias, but it's fine.
Recency bias. Point me another one. Outside of the first weekend of the year, a little Rockets Thunder action. You want to do a little Spurs Celtics. You want to do you can point to a couple. It's the consequential winner go home. That was an excellent basketball game. Excellent basketball game. And it's a shame that Bam Adebayo wasn't in the game, but the quality of the game was excellent. That was an awesome game. Number one. And number two, if you're a Heat fan, you're thinking, boy, oh boy, I wanted to get my chance at, playing the loser of Magic Sixers to get a chance to play Detroit, and you're dying to do that, fine.
No.
But if you're sitting there like, Theo, think a little rationally. Was it a dirty play? Yes. Did the Heat get what they wanted? Yes.
Yes.
Bam Adebayo, he's not going to get surgery because of this. He's got a bone bruise. What do you want? Did you want every Heat fan in the world?
I want justice.
You wanted an entertaining basketball game? And you know what the funny part is? The Heat outplayed the Hornets last night. They outplayed them. And they're very good in the postseason. They always are. And you saw time and time again, Davion Mitchell played excellent.
He played out of his mind.
Out of his mind. He couldn't stop him going to the basket.
Yeah.
They had guys making Andrew Wiggins back-to-back threes to take the lead late in the fourth quarter.
And that happens. Wiggins has those games.
And he's a good player. He's a good big game player.
They're down on Wiggins. He has those games.
Point being is it was an awesome game. The Hornets got what they were looking for, and the Heat got what they were looking for.
Yeah.
Dirty play.
But we're not done. We're not done getting what we're looking for as the Miami Heat organization, because that dirty play still has to be penalized, because somewhere in the crevices of the Miami Heat players and coaches and front office members' minds, and also you can tell by the way that they were playing down the stretches, they were trying to ruin my dreams and ruin my night by beating the Hornets, because we could talk about the finish of this game. I don't want to make this all about the LaMelo Ball incident, because you're right. That was an incredible finish. It felt like March Madness all over again.
Best NBA game I've watched all year. I could say that confidently. Best NBA game I've watched all year.
It was fun. And no thanks to Amazon Prime Video, which cut out for a good minute in overtime.
Another good point. Yeah. I mean, if we're talking about a season where the NBA has not had a lot of flair, they finally had a game where it was back and forth, insane games. The referees did not control the game overly. They could have thrown out LaMelo. They could have let that Tyler Hero at the end of overtime play go and not call the foul on the three, which was they didn't show enough replay of that. But ultimately, it was not a game that was dominated by the officiating. No. It was a game that was shot making. It was threes. It was back and forth. Both teams had chances to win. Awesome.
Yeah,
Great.
Both teams had the game won at multiple points, both in a regulation and in overtime. And it was perplexing how the win probability swings were probably insane in this one. I didn't go back and look at it, but there were multiple times in which I thought it was over and it wasn't. But we're going to get to all of that. The main premise that I have behind everything today, my theory here about last night's outcome, as well as what is going to come of it now that the Hornets are going to go on to see who loses between tonight's East play-in game, is that I am not saying the Miami Heat wanted to lose last night, but based on many of things, I can tell the Heat were okay with it. I can tell that the Miami Heat, this was the right call by them, because we saw what happened last year when they snuck their way into the 8th seed and were on the wrong side of an absolute obliteration from the Cleveland Cavaliers, a 4-game sweep that literally was historically the worst sweep in the history of the NBA when you look at point differential and the way in which the Heat lost on their home floor in Game 4. The Miami Heat were perfectly fine with last night's outcome, and I don't think that is necessarily an issue. I do think that they finally found a way to scrape their way out of purgatory, because losing last night means you have a lottery pick, which means you're either going to get one of the top prospects in this 2026 NBA draft, or, and this is actually the preferable option for me as a Heat fan today, or that pick, I don't care if it jumps into the top 4 or if it sits at about 13 where it's projected to be right now if they don't leap in the lottery. That pick can be one of the pivotal gems, pieces, assets, whatever you want to call it, to finally get the deal done and bring Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat this offseason. Like, that is your only job and responsibility if you're within the Heat organization today. And it started with finally not winning a game that you likely should have won, or winning a game that you likely should have lost against the Hornets team that, like you were saying, Colin, gave them every chance possible to take control of that game, including it in regulation. It was in overtime when the Hornets went up by 5 on the LaMelo Ball take to the cup.
Yep.
And I believe that
ATO, they called that Tyler Hero player into the corner, and they scored in a second. It was 30 seconds to go.
It was a weird way that the Heat defended the pick and roll on that one, because it wasn't really a screen. Kobe White came up. It was very, very high at the top of the key. And Kobe White comes up to set a screen and slips out of it immediately. And then LaMelo just goes straight to the rim against Davion Mitchell and gets a layup. The Hornets go up 5. It's 28 seconds to go. I'm thinking it's over and done. And then, like you said, back-to-back plays where the Heat scored 3 points, one of them in which LaMelo, and you're a Hornets fan, so you watch a lot more of this guy than I do. It is inexplicable.
Here's the thing about LaMelo.
The boneheaded plays that he'll make.
He is the epitome, the embodiment. Everybody has a player like this, where the only way I can put it is you got to deal with their BS. You got to deal with it. Right? And what I mean by that is, like, I'm college basketball fan too. Tristan Newton was like this for me at UConn, where you'd make plays and you're thinking, this guy drives me absolutely insane. But then they turn around and they make this incredulous play that changes the game. LaMelo is one of those players. Harden is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Harden is somebody who drives you absolutely up the wall with turnovers, bad plays late, defensive lapses, but then he makes a huge, crucial play, and you're thinking, you got to deal with it. Luka Doncic is another example of this.
I was just about to say, Luka is the epitome of that.
You deal with him.
He's the ceiling of that.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
Laker fans know you deal with him.
Yeah.
And the Maverick fans know this too. You have to deal with their nonsense. And again, Luka, complaining to the officials.
Yeah,
he's in the coach's ear. He's difficult. He's out of shape. This and that and the other. But then he makes crucial plays, and he has 45 points in an elimination game. And it changes the game.
And last night, LaMelo Ball, really good for the Hornets. 30 points.
Tried to throw away the game, though, at that last play.
Yeah. I mean, the turnovers, well, yeah. LaMelo boneheaded plays all throughout, but he had 30 points, 2 for 16 from deep. By the way, the Hornets heaved up 56 triples. If you want to know what the state of the NBA looks like, 56 3-point attempts from the Charlotte
It's a Celtics
Hornets.
descendant as their head coach. Can you notice?
Charles Lee. Yeah. Now I'm seeing the parallels there. It does feel very Celtics-esque the way in which they hunt threes. But 2 for 16 from deep for LaMelo, 30 points, 10 assists. And he had the play that everybody's talking about and replaying. I'm sure you've seen it on social media. I'm sure you've watched it on TV over and over again. Early in the second quarter, LaMelo Ball attacking the rim. He seems to get fouled, but it was a no call on a lefty layup. And as he's falling to the ground, he pulls his left hand out and cups the back of Bam Adebayo's foot. Bam at the time is a little bit off balance.
And he's on 1 foot.
Yeah, he's a little off balance. He's on 1 foot. That move by LaMelo, which you can tell also LaMelo's looking at Bam when he does it, so you can't act as if it was unintentional, the action itself. But the outcome of that action, as harmless as it may have felt to LaMelo in the moment, was pulling Bam down to the ground. Bam drops, hits his tailbone directly onto the court. He's 6'9", it's about 250. It's a lot of man to be falling directly on the tailbone. He gets up gingerly. He limps off. And after only 11 minutes played, 6 points and 3 rebounds, Bam Adebayo was never to be seen again as the Heat go on to lose in overtime. Now, Bam being injured on that play is one thing for us to be able to put up for discussion, because the question is, if this is game 7 of the NBA Finals, does Bam find a way to come back out of that locker room in the second half?
Probably.
And I would say yes. And that is another reason why I say, again, my theory behind all of this is it's Not that the Miami Heat tried to lose last night. They were certainly not opposed to it. They were certainly okay with the outcome of last night, given what they are looking forward to this offseason as they're going to go big fish hunting for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Secondarily, though, for LaMelo Ball, who didn't get a foul called on him for what he did to Bam in that moment, he didn't suffer any kind of issues from referees. They can't review the play and whatnot. The Hornets will play because the East play-in game will be Friday, I believe.
Friday,
the Hornets will play the loser of tonight's Sixers Magic game. The NBA is currently investigating, watching back the film on this, reviewing to see if the action that LaMelo Ball did against Bam that held him out of a winner-take-all game should be penalized. The issue the league is going to come upon here is it's not like they can suspend him for one half. And if this was a game that was happening in the next course of action for the game series was the first round and they were going into another elimination game, I think the answer is obvious. I think the league officers would suspend LaMelo for a game. They're going to have a very difficult decision on their hands because if they suspend LaMelo, it's going to be for a game in which that the Hornets need him to win, or they're going to get bounced out of the playoffs and not get a chance at the postseason for the first time in a decade. But what I will say is you cannot, if we're going to play the results, if he's knocking out a guy like Bam Adebayo in an elimination game because of a foolish, non-basketball, dare I say, dirty play, the league office has to make an example out of him, has to penalize him for that. And I do believe they should suspend him for that play-in game. And you know what? The Hornets can still mess around and win without the dude.
I agree. I actually agree with the fact that they should be suspended. I'm saying this as a Hornet fan.
And I appreciate. So before we get to that, whether or not you feel like he should be suspended.
You can't beat the Magic without him, then you don't deserve to be in the postseason. And the Magic are terrible right now.
That's true. You can in the Sixers as well, you should be able to get by, especially because they're not going to have Joel Embiid. They're a better team, but we'll see how that pans out. We'll see what happens
Best
tonight.
player, fine. But, I mean, I agree. You want to set a standard. Now, you're hurting the game a little bit.
Yeah, you are.
That's the one thing. Do they care that much? Do they care more about the product or care more about the principle?
And that's
for a league that doesn't necessarily always care about the principle, they more care about the product. I mean, do you do that? But it's one play-in game on a Friday. Is it going to make or break the postseason? Probably not. Yeah. Would it be better for the NBA to have the Hornets in that spot than the Orlando Magic? 10 times out of 10, in my opinion. But you wouldn't be able to sit there and argue, hey, they should not suspend him in this situation. For a game. And he's a repeat offender.
He's a repeat offender. There's a video in 2024 of LaMelo
doing the same thing.
I mean, it was worse than what he did last night.
Yeah, it was more
blatant.
It was more blatant.
Not only did he try to trip him with his legs in 2024, then he reached back out after unsuccessfully tripping him with his leg and tries to grab his leg on his way down the court. So 2 years ago, it was even worse. And if we're gonna be the same league office and this happens with all of the leagues, this happens in life. When you have a repeat offender, when you have somebody with a track record, you judge them a little bit more harshly because we can now start to gauge whether or not the intent was all the way there. LaMelo said after the game, do we have the sound of what LaMelo used to explain it? If not, it doesn't. Do we have it?
Got it right here, yeah.
Okay, here's LaMelo Ball explaining what happened as he was falling down. To me,
I didn't know where I was. I didn't know what I was doing.
So his explanation was whack. Clearly, he wants to be able to play Friday. He wants to be able to suit up for the Hornets. I don't think what I like in this too is if I'm rolling down Rosemary Avenue driving, and like a lot of you, I'm distracted by my phone and I'm texting on the road, and I get up to a stop sign. And there's a pedestrian crossing by, and I slam on my brakes and I don't touch that pedestrian at all, it's all good. Everything's cool. Sometimes you do have to play the results, though, because in real life, there are consequences if I don't slam on my brakes quick enough. And this mundane action that I was doing, which is a little bit of distracted driving, a little texting while driving, which we should not be doing, then causes me to make contact with somebody walking across the street. Then guess what, Colin? I got to pay the price. You know, the courts, the judge, the police officer is not going to give me grace because, I mean, come on, who doesn't do it? You know, he wasn't trying to hurt anybody. No,
he's got a big interview coming up in a couple days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, we got to give him a chance. Oh, come on.
Yeah, you have to, especially people that are repeat offenders like LaMelo. The league office has to step in and do something. What I believe they should do is suspend them for the playing game and teach them a real lesson. What I believe is going to actually happen is a hefty fine.
Yeah, $200,000 call it a day.
A hefty fine, and then they're going to keep a star player, a guy that's fun to watch in a game that you're going to want to have some level of viewership on, because if you don't have LaMelo and you don't have Embiid,
It's going to hurt the game.
It's going to hurt the value of that game. But we'll see what the league offices do. I do know that on the other side, our guy Evan Cohen, who's joining us from Unsportsmanlike, is all in on the league taking action against LaMelo. So we'll see what he thinks about that. But we'll be taking your calls as well as your comments in the YouTube chat throughout the day. Should the league suspend LaMelo Ball? They're reviewing it right now. His actions, as minute as they may have been, caused Bam Adebayo to miss the rest of that basketball game last night. The Hornets go on to win. The league office is deciding whether or not punishment is in the future for LaMelo Ball. I do believe he should be suspended for a game. Maybe a slight fine to come with that. And really, it's just it's a game check. You tell me how you feel about it. Heat fans or those with no dog in the fight. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. That's how you join the show. And you can always also comment in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida. That's where you can find us. Shows are live every day on YouTube. Tap in, subscribe, get with the good guys. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care that's trusted by the pros. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do your loved ones a favor, and get back to the life and the activities that you love. Don't let a little back pain keep you out of a big day, or maybe your favorite hobby. Maybe you're on a kickball team, an adult kickball team, and you're the one. You kick and clean up. Do they say kick and clean up or batting clean up when you're playing kickball? Is it you just go with the same?
That's probably kick and clean up.
You say kick, yeah, it don't hit the same. Either way, they need you more than you ever know. And so get your health right. Get your actions in order so that your body is feeling better. And learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Kick and clean up. Kick and clean up. Kick and lead off for the next segment is going to be our guy, Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. We'll get his thoughts on last night's Heat loss and the win. It's like a loss that's actually a win because, Kobe White saved the day. In a Hornets uniform from my Miami Heat, kicking us into the lottery, even though we probably, in the back of our heads, didn't want to be there. Evans next. That's Colin Russo. In on the other side of the glass, I'm Theo Dorsey. We are, theoretically speaking, on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and a best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Jeff Bowden, Executive Principal and leader of Anshin's Tax Department.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act creates powerful new planning opportunities for high net worth individuals, and the new tax legislation the state and gift tax exemption to $15 million per person. Restores full expensing for domestic R&D costs, updates the Opportunity Zone and qualified small business stock provisions, and includes other changes that will impact businesses and individuals. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we help clients understand the intricacies of the bill and develop a plan tailored to meet their goals. If you're a high net worth individual or business owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Being a homeowner like me means knowing who to call. For power, you called an electrician. Pipes, a plumber. And for better water, you call Culligan. They've been improving water for 90 years, with local experts handling everything from water softening to filtration, using the world's most efficient systems. Culligan, the one partner you can trust for everything your water touches. Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com, serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
We've learned that there is an investigation, or at least the NBA is reviewing LaMelo Ball's trip of Miami Heat center Bam Adebayo, which happened last night. That, according to NBA TV's Chris Haynes. Bam left the game in the second quarter. The Hornets go on to win it, and the Heat are off to the NBA draft lottery. I'm happy of the result. I did not like the play. And to comment on his comments and what he thinks should happen in his typical Wednesday spot is none other than the one and only Evan Cohen.
Because 4 hours a day just isn't enough. The Don of ESPN West Palm checks in from the mothership to complain about AAU basketball culture, drink a large hot coffee, mostly creamer, and fawn over Tom Brady. From the Evan Cohen Memorial Studios, it's more Evan Cohen on ESPN 106.3.
I got to be honest, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable with us just calling it the Evan Cohen Memorial Studios as often as we do and as lightly as we do. Like, do you think we should change that? Should we change that?
The memorial part, yes. The studio part, I'll take.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just we should probably drop the memorial.
I am alive to my knowledge. I mean, everything. I don't know. Maybe we have to ask the Pope to help us. I guess he was unavailable. I did see Andre Agassi with Pat McAfee just now. Anyway,
oh my gosh.
So last night, not fun.
Not fun. Not fun.
I mean,
how not fun? Because it was a fun game and the Heat lost, which was a win because now we have a lottery pick and a better shot at Giannis or a top 4 player in this draft. It's fun.
Okay, so you have the unique ability, which I don't have, to be able to focus on the long-term result of a short-term disappointment. I'm not able to do that right now, right? I'm still living in the moment of the frustration around last night. I'm living in the frustration around the entire season, 82 games for the Miami Heat. In terms of last night, obviously there was the ebb and flow of the game of being up at the end of regulation, the Brandon Miller shot, the Kobe White insane shot in the corner, then being down in overtime, then Tyler has his shot in the corner, then Tyler passes up the layup to shoot a three, which he gets fouled, makes all three, 92% shooter from the free throw line, goes up one, and LaMelo does what he does. And oh, by the way, Davion Mitchell at the end of that game did technically get a shot off in a Tyus Edney 95 sort of way for UCLA, making it all the way down the entire court unbelievably quickly. It's blocked by Bridges, and he clearly did not see Pelle Larsson. Because Pelle Larsson, you could have had a skip ahead to him. But I'm not – with the way Davion played last night, I'm not saying a bad word about him because that dude came to play in a big moment. But yes.
Career high.
Obviously, he and Wiggins, and I thought they went away from Wiggins at the end too much for some reason. Like Wiggins was the guy during the course of that game in big moments and had that bounce back that you've seen Wiggins, Warriors 2020, what was it, 2020?
22, I think.
Yeah, against the Celtics in the finals. But I don't know. I'm still annoyed with the X's and O's of the loss, and obviously I know we're going to get to the LaMelo part. So, yeah, I'm not happy like you are. I'm annoyed. I'm still in it. I'm frustrated. I'm ready to talk about LaMelo, and I'm ready to talk about the offseason and all that. But let's go.
I'm curious about that. You talked about the X's and O's of the loss. I was a bit curious the ways in which the Miami Heat played the Hornets defensively down the stretch and the stuff that they gave up. And Spo kind of alluded to that, too, on the back end of his presser after the game. We have that sound if you want to take a listen to it.
Sure.
Here's Spo talking about the last possession, the last LaMelo ball, the game winner that he got where he got to the rim up against Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Typically do, but I'm okay with that. I don't want to take anything away from that bucket. Think we could have defended that a little bit differently, but that's something that I'll just think about over the offseason. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys whenever.
So what Spo said there is it wasn't what we typically would do, but that's something that he'll be thinking about over the offseason. And it felt like either one of two things. Either he didn't want to call out a player for doing something wrong in that moment for whatever coverage he called up, or what I'm interested to pick your brain about is, was that one of those things where not having Bam Adebayo at the end of the game because of the fact that he sat out, Spo decided to play it differently than what he would have done with a different lineup in there because he's the most important part of the Miami Heat's defense?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm now trying to watch this back. So the way that Jaime was guarding him on the inbound, hands up, moving his feet, I'm guessing, I could be wrong. Is there any chance he's waiting for someone to cheat over?
That's what I'm wondering, if he thinks he has backside.
Which only could have been Davion, but which would have left Miles Bridges in the corner for a wide open corner three, which he was making. But backside help wouldn't have been there behind him because of the fact that Bam's not there and Kalel wasn't in the game. So, I mean, knowing Spo, he could just say we could have defended that differently, meaning I should have had somebody else in there, right? So that's possible, too, in that spot. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch that over and over again and figure out, and I don't know, I need somebody way smarter in basketball than I am.
Get legs in there.
Yeah, you know what? Hold, please.
But Evan, I'm curious for you. I know you refuse to admit that you're okay with the Heat loss because you get wrapped up in wins and losses. You want to see them prevail. You get caught up in the moments of those games. Do you think that anywhere in the Miami Heat's mind, Bam Adebayo plays that second half if it was a game that they looked at as absolutely, we cannot walk out of here without a dub? Does Bam find his way back onto that court? Does he come back out of that locker room and give it a go?
Are you suggesting they may have tanked the second half?
Didn't say they tanked. I'm just saying, were they okay with the results that happened? Does Bam play through that? Does Bam come back from that tailbone bruise, which I've seen guys limp through harder things? I've seen guys play on sprained MCLs and drop 50 like Giannis did with the Bucks. Does Bam come back in the second half? If the Heat desire to win that game more than anything.
I never thought of that for one split second. All I thought about, and I texted Legs. We'll see if I get an answer before the show's over here.
Thank you. It's great.
All I thought about was that man, Bam Adebayo, must have been so hurt by that physically that he couldn't come back in a do or die game because they don't think the way that you think. They don't think the way that I'll start to think tomorrow. Well, say what you're going to say. Do you think this? Okay.
Theo Dorsey, I'm not saying it. I'm not.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think this entire year was a sneaky stealth tank?
No. I think that this
entire. You said, did they hold him out because the game wasn't that important?
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying that this year was a tank. If it was, they would have done a much better job at it. And the Heat clearly don't tank. They refuse to pull the trigger in that way. And it's been the biggest thing that has hurt the Miami Heat over the past 3 seasons. Their unwillingness to go to the bottom of the standings and get one of those top picks. And the reason why the Mavericks have Cooper Flagg and we have Kaz Jaconis. I'm still not saying his name right these days. I'm just going to say Kaz.
Kasparis
Yakachonis. The reason why we have him and not Cooper Flagg is because the Miami Heat fought tooth and nail their way out of the play-in last year and ended up getting historically swept by the Cavaliers instead of being the number 1 pick in that next NBA draft because that Mavs spot was the Heat spot. But I know you don't want to talk about
it. I get it. I don't. It's an interesting angle by you. I don't believe it to be true. I believe that they should,
I know you refuse.
Well, because I've been around them since 2003. Okay, yes. I have watched basically every game of this franchise since 2003. I went to so many games when I lived full-time in South Florida. I never covered the team full-time, but I went to games, collecting sound, being around the games for God knows how many years at ESPN West Palm. I have seen, I'll never forget, I saw Brian Grant in the 040 season sit there with 2 massive ice packs on his knee and a hole through his lip, okay? Like literally as if he went to the tattoo and piercing place and they put the piercing in his lip. I see Stan Van Gundy walk over to him and say to him, "You okay?" He looks at Stan, gushing blood from his mouth, iced up everywhere. He's like, "I'm good." I've seen Udonis with blood coming down his eye. I have seen Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic play through every injury in the bubble finals that they possibly could until the team said you're not allowed to play anymore. I have seen this franchise fight tooth and nail for 82 games and every playoff series, 6 straight playoffs right now, 7 NBA Finals appearances. In no way, shape, or form am I going to believe that they did not take that game or they did not take the Bam injury last night as if it was Game 7 of the Finals and you got to get them back in. This is Heat culture. Heat culture, I understand, is a term that everybody's crapping on today. Yeah. Here's what Heat culture is. The Miami Heat are not for everyone, and they're okay with that. And last night, they lost the game. And I am not going to see, and their season ended. And I think Bam probably begged them to get back on the floor. I also believe, period, next sentence, that there is no way LaMelo Ball should have still been in the game for 2 separate reasons. Oh, by the way, Theo. And I believe if LaMelo Ball was still in the game, was removed from the game last night, if they did the right thing and removed LaMelo Ball from the game for one of 2 reasons, which I'll get to, I believe this. I still have no idea who would win. That's the nature of the season this year. I am not going to be that guy that says, well, if LaMelo gets kicked out, the Heat win. No. You know what? They ain't good enough with Bam. They ain't good enough without Bam. I am not at a place where I can project a victory. But I can tell you that LaMelo Ball clearly grabbed the leg, knocked him to the ground, and then the worst part about it, if you want to make an argument as to why he was still in the game, which he should have been tossed, he's coming out afterwards and saying, "Oh, I hit my head. I didn't know what was going on." Could you imagine if a player in the NFL said that on a Sunday? There's not a show in America, obviously including yours, theoretically speaking, and ours on Unsportsmanlike, that wouldn't have been talking about those comments 24/7 with all the NFL does around concussions.
Yeah,
he should have been removed from the game 2 different ways, either concussion protocol or ejection.
Right. And he clearly was fabricating how lost he was on the ground because before he even really hit his head as he was falling to the ground, he was reaching out for Bam's foot, looking at Bam Adebayo if you watch the video back. So LaMelo, what he did was intentional. Do you believe the NBA will suspend him? Not should they. Do you believe the NBA will suspend him as we know they're reviewing it right now?
No, I do not. I believe if he doesn't play in the next game, it will not be based on suspension. It will be that they will force him to go into concussion protocol. What?
That's not going to happen, Evan.
Okay, so then he's going to play. You're not going to they had their chance. They cannot impact the next game because that doesn't make any sense. He should have been removed from that game. You think that there's a legit chance to suspend him?
He should be suspended for that. He should be suspended for a game for that.
I don't care at this point, honestly.
Right.
Like it's just I don't. Why? So now we're going to impact. It's not like this was late in the fourth quarter and there was no theoretical penalty available, right?
Yeah.
You had a chance to properly impact the game that it was a part of. Now you are saying they should impact the game that had nothing to do with this.
But you don't know what?
Orlando or Philly.
Because at some point, there need to be consequences for people that do boneheaded stuff like this. And he has a history of doing it. There's the video of him doing it to Bam Adebayo 3 times in one play 2 years ago. So at some point, like, you can't continue to foster an environment. And I'm not acting like he's some kind of like Draymond Green in the NBA, but you can't continue to let guys get away with little crap like that. Because what if we were in a world like I'm imagining myself right now, if this was, let's say a game 7 of a first round and LaMelo does that and Bam really can't come back and play. And that's the reason why the Heat season ended. At the end of the day, what LaMelo did was a non-basketball move where he legitimately, intentionally went after Bam's foot. It cost Bam his game. The Heat can say it cost us our season, and it should cost the Hornets LaMelo Ball in this next game, or he just gets away scot-free with it. And if you're the NBA, that's not a good look, especially because the Hornets already got away. The Hornets, lockstep with the NBA, already got away with selling the Heat damaged goods 2 years ago that they didn't inform the Heat on, and I'm talking about the Terry Rozier trade.
Well, that's for sure. I think we're all in agreement on that. I mean, that's the most ridiculous thing ever. What is the South Florida consensus right now? Because obviously I'm not physically there. What are people around ESPN West Palm in the community saying right now?
2 messages right now in the YouTube chat. One of them says, I can't stand the Heat, but Ball should be suspended. It's a Knicks fan.
That's fine. Chat. That's fair. Like that, yeah. It's not about whether or not you like the Heat or not. It's what was right during the game. Then
there's another one, Devontae in the ESPN South Florida YouTube chat. He says, LaMelo's the main reason why I'm watching. Suspension is too much at this time of the year, which we can't do that, though. You know what else is too much at this time of the year? You making a dirty play that cost Bam the rest of his game in an elimination game.
Yeah, and we haven't heard from Bam, by the way, right? Bam didn't speak after the game, I don't believe. I didn't hear anything from Bam yet.
Well, you want to know why we ain't heard nothing from Bam?
Asia Wilson, 3-year, $5 million.
Hey, look, Bam and Asia got together and said, look here, the season's over with. I got about 4 days till training camp. Let's spend some quality time together before I got to lock in.
Well, you have a lot of conspiracy theories. That the Heat didn't rush him back, that he got knocked out of the game and he's negotiating in a contract extension with the Aces last night. And Mark Davis.
Do you think Bam Adebayo was still in that arena 2 seconds after the horn sounded for the Heat? He might have even left.
Yeah, I think he was furious. I think he was absolutely furious. It was a brutal play by Ball. He should have been kicked out of the game. And you're right. The worst part is almost in a way him kind of exaggerating concussion protocol or exaggerating a concussion and lying and saying, "Oh, I got my head." Who hit his head? Simone blocked the ball cleanly.
I watched that play over and over. If anything, it looks like, and I couldn't tell, if anything, it looks like as he was coming to the ground, his head may have hit Bam's knee, but I didn't even see a definitive view of that. It didn't look like his head got struck at all. So he just, and it's the immaturity too at this point to where it's like you couldn't even fully own up to it and fess up to it and be a man in that moment after the game, and you suffered no consequences during the game. So you need to be the reason. Like if the Hornets, because we could also be talking about a situation in which he gets suspended for the game against either the loser of the Magic and the Sixers tonight, and the Hornets still win without him. You know, like that's a very possible scenario.
There have been moments with this guy where he has made that team worse. Last night was not one of them.
Well, there were moments in last night's game where he was making them worse, including the foul on Tyler Hero.
He hit a lot of big shots. Bridges was excellent for them last night. Musa Diabate, to me, was the reason that they won, as well as Kobe White. Musa Diabate was a monster on the boards. Kobe White in the second half hitting big three after big three. Concanipple was terrible. It didn't matter. Right, I mean, and he got great performances between Davion and obviously Wiggins. Can we go through a couple of players, please, and talk about whether or not back or not back?
Yes. I love this. I'm glad that you're moving the needle forward here because it is time to look at the NBA's offseason for the Heat. As they have the 13th odds in the NBA draft lottery. That can change based on the play-in, but who
by the way, not enough people are talking about this. Do you know that the Clippers lose tonight? They have a lottery pick, right?
If the Clippers lose, they're in the draft lottery tonight.
Wrong. Well, the lottery's not
Who'd that go to?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, you have brought this up before, and that would be.
They could win it all and have the number one pick on the board. Not likely, but on the board.
Yeah. Now that would be insane. But back to the topic at hand, because that's a good point. And I think you brought that up on this show before a few weeks ago. The Thunder. We keep forgetting as they are building in the middle of this potential dynasty that they still have all of the draft capital in the world that they could either trade for more players or select and have these.
What? I gotta ask one more thing. I'm
players
sorry.
in their roster.
Now it's driving me crazy. You know, my tag team partner with you on the NFL draft competition we're gonna have next Tuesday. Jeremy Marks Peltz, diehard Heat fan. You know what he's annoyed about today? And I think it's a good point. He said he and I were on the phone earlier, a ESPN West Palm fan, and he says, I know 40's not there anymore, but could someone knock around LaMelo a little bit without hurting him after he does that to a captain of a team? Meaning Udonis, obviously.
I know.
And I said, I hear you, but who? There's no enforcer on this team. Davion can't do it because they needed him to score. They actually needed Davy. Davion wouldn't back down, but that's a fair.
Maybe it could be Jovic's new job.
Oh God, he's so bad.
Maybe that could be Nikola Jovic's new job.
I feel badly saying this, but I love when the reports came out last week. He'll be healthy for the first round of the playoffs. To do what? Because he wouldn't be playing if they made the first round. All right, go through it. All right, back or not back? You get me the player, and then
Davion's got to be back. Davion Mitchell, back or not back?
Davion should be back on an expiring $12.5 million contract. Probably more as a backup than a starter, but he has earned a place on this team. And I believe Davion Mitchell can be a starting point guard on a championship team, a la Mario Chalmers, if the other four guys are Hall of Famers.
And I think he could even be. And again, this is no disrespect to Mario Chalmers. I think he could even be better than Mario, though.
Yeah, he's really good in that role as long as you don't ask too much of him.
Yes. Okay, I like that. This is going to be the toughest one to swing, but Norman Powell, unrestricted free agent, and a guy that
you on your show.
Yep.
In January and February, sell high. And the reason they did not sell high is very simple looking back on it. It's because Tyler would have been in the Giannis deal. They thought they could get the Giannis deal done, and they needed somebody to score off of Giannis behind the arc a little bit, and that would have been Norman Powell. Now, I don't see how he can be back unless he wants to take an extreme discount.
I don't think that's happening.
Okay,
I think he's gonna sign up to play for a contender next year. The only way I think he does come back is if the Heat do swing and get Giannis, and then he signs back on. I don't know how cap situations would look like that. But if the Heat become a contender after swinging and going to get a guy like Giannis, I wonder if he can sign a deal to stay in Miami because he really does like the Heat organization and probably would prefer to stay here and finish out his career.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's time, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. How about this then? Do you still part ways with Khalil Ware? And I'm only talking about
I don't want to part ways with Khalil Ware. I think that's on the organization to get him great. How do you not watch this guy and think that there are moments where he could be great? Problem is the moments. If it's between Ware and getting Giannis, you're giving up Ware. It's not even there. Unfortunately, guys like Ware, guys like Jaquez, who I love, Not like, love. Guys like Pella, who's been unbelievable. Everyone becomes on the table to get a guy like Giannis, even if you think it's too much, because they have swung and missed on everyone over the last 5 years. So the young up-and-coming players now will be residual effects of the failures to get the whales in the previous years. Okay? So Khalil, I want back. I don't know that he's going to be. Jaime, I absolutely want back. Don't know that he's going to be. Pella, I want back. Don't know that he's going to be. To me,
Andrew Wiggins.
Wiggins is tricky. So if Wiggins opts into the contract, we would be looking at this and saying that Andrew Wiggins and Tyler Hero, who have both been all-stars in this league and both could be on a winning team, we would think, would then both be on expiring contracts.
$30 million each.
33 for Tyler.
33 for Tyler, 31 for Wiggins?
About 30.1. So it's $63 million.
Oh, I can see you have the trade. You have the trade.
What do you do? I prepare for this.
I'm just checking.
I know what you were going to do today. So that's $63 million of expiring contracts with players that are playable. Okay? Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one of the worst questions I've ever asked you. Would you trade those two for the worst contract in the NBA? Joel Embiid.
Oh my gosh. Why would you really? That's what you're proposing right now. That's the solution.
I didn't know. I asked you a question. So the answer
would I
to
trade those two players with no other assets?
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins and Tyler Hero for Joel Embiid.
Yeah, you got to do that. I would do that for sure.
Go look at Embiid's contract. It's awful. It's horrifically bad. I think the reason I'm doing this right now, this is where we're at with Heat fans.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. I believe the Miami Heat are the second most likely team to get Giannis in the state of Florida.
What do you think? The Magic have a better package?
100%. Do you know why?
They're gonna give him Paolo Banchero.
That's right. And guess what they're also going to do? They're going to be firing Jamal Mosley, their head coach. Yeah. Giannis, who would you like to play for? Pick. Oh, Billy D, come on back. Oh, you now have regrets over the Mike Budenholzer move. Come on back. Oh, Bud, come on back. Taylor Jenkins, come on in. Darvin Ham, who's with Milwaukee now. I'm just saying, in my mind, I am not counting on Giannis happening. And by the way,
I think it's over with for the Giannis thing. You're right about that. We had our chance at the deadline.
So what are we looking at? Kawhi, I believe, will end up being available.
Yeah.
Obviously LeBron, but that's not to build a team around. To build a team with, but not around. I mean, who else? You want to make up in your head that if Anthony Edwards gets bounced in the first round, he's going to ask you out? I don't think so.
Please, dear God, make that happen. You know he loves Spo. He
loves Spo. And the comp for him, basketball-wise, is clearly D-Wade.
That's it. That's a dream right there. I would take him over Giannis, and it's not even a question.
I don't know where they're going to go to get that whale. What I'm telling you is the trades that in the past we would sit there and say, nah, can't make that. That seems too much. I think are now going to be open up for business. And so very quickly. Davion should be back. Pella should be back. I love Tyler. I am so appreciative of Tyler. It's probably time because they're not going to give him the extension. Norman Powell, thank you for an all-star half a season. Andrew Wiggins is tricky. Teams will want him. And Andrew Wiggins is the exact kind of player that once you're good, you're going to look for. So that one's tricky. I'm not sure what happens with that. Bam's going to be back. I'd love Khalil to be back. In order to get a whale, you're going to have to give up Khalil. In order to get a whale, I think you may have to give up Jaime. And in order to get a whale, I think you're going to have to give up Pella. These are valuable players on good. Pella Larson and Jaime Jaquez off the bench on a good team are very valuable to me.
I do think too, Evan, and last we'll say on it. I know we gotta move forward because we gotta go to break here soon. I think that selling on Jaime Jaquez Jr. this offseason is not necessarily the worst thing for the Miami Heat because if you don't, then you're going to be in a place where you're going to have to extend him next year. And do you want to end up in the same place that you're at with Nikola Jovic?
I don't. I was with Jaime's parents yesterday and his sister, and I talked to his dad about this, and he. Well, I was about to say something I shouldn't have said. I think they would like to stay there, but I think that they are fully aware that they have been in every trade package.
Right. I mean, that's par for course in this league.
It's an interesting angle. So you're hedging your bet, saying year 2 Jaime still exists, and you're not buying into year 1 and year 3. I'm buying into year 3 simply because of one thing. He plays so hard.
Yeah. I want to keep Jaime. Hard. I'm just saying here's my thing. I want Jaime to remain on the Heat. He cannot be the deal breaker for us. If that's the last,
no one can be anymore.
Okay.
That's where we're at. That's where that's the best way of saying. There are no deal breakers. We have this franchise has put itself in a position where there are no deal breakers anymore.
Not even Ben.
But not even who?
Not even Ben. How early into Pat
Riley's?
No,
they're not going to move Ben. They're not going to move Ben.
How early into Pat Riley's exit speech does he challenge Bam and also use some kind of metaphor for a hunting and gathering system where the Heat are going to go get a big star? How early into his exit?
Interesting. If he has not done his exit presser by next week, actually, what if we do this? When we find out when his exit presser is, maybe I come back and we do predictions as to themes for the exit presser as to who he will go after. Because I think he may go after people above him this time.
Who would that be?
Stay tuned. Theoretically speaking,
we'll talk. Look at that.
Yeah, I got to go watch back this Andre Agassi. It's there's a big pickleball event I know you were a part of in South Florida, and I love that Andre Agassi is out there doing interviews, and it seems like he's just excited to do that and not that hard to get, which is awesome. Great job by Agassi.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, that was ESPN West Palm is in the motion here, Evan. That's how we get down. Yeah, Evan. Appreciate your time, Evan. We will catch up with you next week on a Wednesday, and hopefully by the
on Tuesday next week.
On Tuesday, and we got to get our draft stuff together. So we need that submitted by Wednesday before you take off for Pittsburgh, because I can't have you getting any inside information.
Got it. Done.
That is Evan Cole from Unsportsmanlike. Appreciate your time, man, and great talking Heat basketball with you. We're going to go to break here. On the other side, we do address finally a little bit of the Philadelphia Eagles situation, but also we got to get to the happy hour, bring Tina in and have some fun here. So for Colin Russo, I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Meta World Peace. What's up, man?
Nah, that's not my name anymore. Thanks to Hard Rock Bet.
We're doing this again, are we?
Now I go by Meta over rebounds, under assists, method of first basket, free throw, Peace.
Huh. So you really can same game parlay practically anything now on Hard Rock Bet.
It's the only place I play these days.
Download the Hard Rock Bet app and start playing today. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Water spots on the shower door again.
He sprayed, he scrubbed, he squeegeed.
What? Is that a word?
He's tried pretending not to see it.
Didn't work.
Now he wants answers.
I'm calling Culligan. They'll test my water for free and recommend a solution to fix hard water throughout the whole house.
Because some battles shouldn't be fought alone.
Schedule your free water test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida.
Hey, Culligan man!
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
At Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium this season, every Palm Beach Cardinals Saturday home game, they become the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas. For 12 Saturday games, we're breaking the ice with the special Frozen Iguanas Ice Cold 12-pack ticket package for just $99, which includes a ticket to all Frozen Iguanas games, a guaranteed Bobbletail giveaway, merchandise discount, commemorative green baseball, and more. RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com. Join the cold front today. Since 2006, EDS Air Conditioning has kept Palm Beach County comfortable through every summer, every storm, and every season in between. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. From dial thermostats to today's smart home systems, EDS delivers reliable comfort you can count on. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, they've earned your trust. 20 years of keeping Palm Beach cool. Visit EDSIsyes.com today.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with Joseph Malloy, tax partner in Anshin's Construction Group.
The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, also known as the OBBBA, will have a significant impact on tax planning strategies. The bill restores and makes permanent 100% bonus depreciation for all eligible purchases made after January 19, 2025. This tax incentive will influence investments in additional machinery and equipment upgrades, providing an immediate tax deduction and helping contractors increase cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we strategically guide construction companies through the new tax law to help them develop the right strategy and enhance profitability. If you're a construction executive or owner looking to maximize tax savings, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Hey, it's Tina. F45 Palm Beach Gardens just launched a brand new referral program. And yes, you get rewarded for bringing your friends. You can earn up to $50 off your next month for each referral. $10 when they try a class, $10 more if they complete the trial, and up to $30 if they sign up for an unlimited membership. That's real savings, real motivation, and real results. Grab your workout buddy and let's get started at F45 Palm Beach Gardens.
Banyan Printing, your trusted partner for all your printing and signage needs. With 48 years of local service, over 1,000 customers choose Banyan for fast turnaround, free delivery, consistent results, and market-leading customer service.
Banyan's all-in-one solution saves businesses time and resources. From business cards and brochures to direct mail services and signage, they eliminate the hassle of multiple vendors.
If you're unsure you're getting the best service or value, visit banyanonline.com or call 561-586-6220.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-7473. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are rocking and rolling here on a Wednesday. It is April the 15th. It is Jackie Robinson Day in Major League Baseball. It is also the day after my Miami Heat were finally freed from the shackles of mediocrity. They were purged from the grasp of purgatory. They lost for the first time in 4 years in the play-in tournament. 4-peats are amazing in sports. I'm a Houston Comets fan. We famously had that. I don't think the last 4-peat in the NBA has happened since the Celtics sometime in the 60s. But the Heat were on the verge of a 4-peat if they would have beat the Hornets last night and found a way out of the game against tonight's loser into the playoffs. And they didn't come up accomplished, and I am happy for it. On the other side of the glass, on the ones and twos, is Colin Russo from Russo and Rizzo. And in for the happy hour is none other than Tina Costanza. What's happening, Tina?
Hello there.
You vibing out? It's a Wednesday.
Today's been a good day.
It is, 3 days after your birthday? 4 days after your birthday here?
It's one day before my birthday.
Oh, 1 day before. I'm so confused because you had
counting?
all of those
Yeah.
pictures posted
Who's celebrating?
and all of the celebrations and dinners and galas and whatnot that Tina had for her birthday this last weekend. Well, can we at least get a cocktail of the day then?
Yes.
I wonder, does this have anything to do with my Miami Heat?
It does not. You actually mentioned it. It's Jackie Robinson Day.
Nice.
And we've got the 42 Classic. Bourbon, fresh lemon juice, maple syrup, Angostura bitters, a splash of club soda, and lemon wheel and cherry to garnish.
Jack. I like that.
Yeah.
My boy had taste. I wonder who crafted this thing for Jackie Robinson. This probably wasn't his go-to. This is something made in like remembrance of Jackie Robinson, or what's this?
It was made by AI
and
ChatGPT.
I was about to say, I said, my boy Jackie Robinson, man. Me and him would have kicked it. The cocktail of the day today, in honor of 42, brought to us by the Kaiser Seahawks. They sport blue like the Brooklyn Dodgers. I wonder if they have any 42s on that baseball team. I have to go and look, but I know they got a lot of wins that are shown by the banners in those rafters.
Over 42 wins for sure.
Easily.
42 is a retired number throughout the MLB.
Well, college baseball.
It might be in college too. I could be wrong.
He retired in college too?
Might be like a university retired number.
You think so in college baseball?
I don't know. So I'm going to hold my phone.
That's like a...
That would be a good... You know what? We're going to find that out. But tell us about Kaiser University.
The Kaiser Seahawks are all about championships on the field and in the classroom with 29 national titles and counting. And the wins keep coming. Number 3 men's tennis just captured their 11th conference regular season title, finishing undefeated in league play, while number 2 men's lacrosse secured the AAC regular season crown in dominant fashion. Stay locked in with Championship Kaiser Seahawks Athletics. Go to KUSeahawks.com.
Let's do that. Colin, what was it that you thought we said?
Were you talking about somebody wearing number 42?
It's Jackie Robinson Day.
No, I was
the
saying...
cocktail of the day was the 42 Classic.
Is that based on Jackie Robinson?
I would assume so. ChatGPT.
Does Jackie Robinson have a cocktail?
It took Jackie Robinson Day and created the 42 Classic.
Were you asleep for like the past 5 minutes?
I heard the cocktail, and then you started talking about people wearing 42. I go, people don't wear 42 anymore.
In professional baseball,
we were talking about
and in
pro
college?
baseball, yes. No, it's a retired number.
We're talking about Kaiser.
And then we start talking about the
Oh,
Kaiser
somebody
baseball
retired in
team.
college?
Maybe not.
It will be pretty. I mean, you
Like,
it's a
wait,
little
that's
gutsy.
insane.
It'll be a little gutsy though to ask for 42 in college baseball. You know?
Yeah, you don't do that.
You don't do that. I feel like it's probably not retired, but it's probably like, you got to have a real strong reason. You got to have some bloodlines, or maybe you're from Carroll, Georgia or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's where he's from. I don't know why I said that as if that was just known. That was the cocktail of the day that was brought to you by Kaiser. And interesting. Did we find out if it was retired in college? Because like the Heat
Is
has.
this my job? All right, give me a second.
I thought you were going to look. Yeah, you're serving as the producer right now. Colin Russo is in the handy dandy producer booth there, and he's looking that up. The Miami Heat are
They lost.
But no,
And you're happy.
Thank you. You're right. I wasn't where I was going with this, but
It sure is.
Really?
It's retired.
That's a win for Colin right there.
I didn't know that.
That is a win for just kind of out of nowhere saying that and not even listening to the context.
So 42 is retired for baseball on all levels then, pretty much.
Yeah, I can't speak for the high school level, but I can definitely speak. I can speak for the college level.
Well, level by
I
level.
figured he played at UCLA, so and I know the big. I believe the stadium's named after him at UCLA. So
Yeah.
I was figuring that. Why wouldn't it? Universally retired number.
The Heat retired Michael Jordan's number. And some people refer to that as kind of like, Riley and them glazing. I'm not mad at it. That's why when LeBron came to the Heat, he had to wear 6 and not 23.
Does anybody currently on the Heat deserve 23?
Nah. I mean, no. Absolutely not.
No.
Maybe Davion Mitchell after last night. Did you see him? 28 points.
Yeah, it's great.
Step back 3.
It was great.
But no, I don't think anybody needs to wear it. But the Heat, Jordan has nothing to do with the Miami Heat. That was the whole thing about it. And he's not a universally retired number in the NBA, clearly, because we see 23s all across the league. But no, I'm glad that you are on par with me, though, Tina. You know that I was rooting for my Heat to lose to Collins Hornets. I'm glad that they get to march on and play in the meaningless play-in tournament and likely be fodder for the 1 seed, even if they do make their way in. And I'm glad that the Heat have a shot at the lottery. Last year, the Dallas Mavericks had the 11th worst odds to win the lottery, and they ended up with the number 1 overall pick in Cooper Flagg. If the Heat had lost in the play-in tournament last year, they would have had the 11th worst odds. And if we all agree, because Colin, are you a conspiracy theorist in that way? Do you believe the NBA draft lottery is
depending on the year, but yes.
So, like,
you disagree?
If it's rigged, some years
as
it has
far
to be rigged
back
all
as
years.
85. I mean, it happened with Ewing. I mean, it happens all the time.
It didn't definitively happen with Ewing. Nobody admitted to that.
You're telling me that the Spurs, who, by the way, have like the luckiest lottery odds in the history of basketball,
Right.
I mean, falling upon the alien Wembanyama last year with Cooper Flagg. Hey, go get your Doncic to LA. I mean, it just lines up perfectly.
And then so then aren't the Heat lined up perfectly to be that next team that gets blessed by the NBA then?
Maybe. Are they that desperate to help the Heat out?
Why not? Why not? We're doing it the right way. What's the number one? What's the number one issue with the NBA is what right now?
Yeah, you know, it wouldn't even be a bad shout if they had another team with loose lottery odds who didn't tank throughout the year get the number 1 pick.
The Miami Heat deserve.
Be poetic. What are you going to say?
Lottery
Unless you're a Wizards fan, nobody really has an opportunity to complain.
And I'm not even asking for number 1. I just want top 4. For the Heat. But again, they have a chance. 2 years ago, the Atlanta Hawks had I want to say, 10th worst odds or so. They jumped up to number 1. That didn't work out. They got Zachary Ricochet, which didn't really
Who
pan
stinks.
out. Yeah.
Who stinks.
But this year, we all feel good about the top 7 or 8 guys at least, and further, as this is supposed to be a generational draft class. I'm excited that the Heat have a shot at this thing. I am not mad at all about the outcome of last night. I do think, though, that LaMelo Ball should be suspended, and that's why that's the title of today's show. Colin Russo's in. We got Tina in the house. We got a little bit of a happy hour action going. Can we take a little trip? Are y'all fond of trips these days? Big travelers? Let's get on the get around. The get around is how we go from city to city, place to place, and hit the hot topics in and around the sports world. And today, Colin is our conductor. It's your first time conducting the get around, Colin. Right?
Is it?
I think so.
I've done this before.
All right, well, let's see how we going. Where are we going first?
All right. Brooklyn, New York. We were talking about it. Let's start it. Today marks the 79th anniversary of Jackie Robinson's debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers that broke the baseball's color barrier. All on-field personnel will wear Jackie's iconic number 42 in Dodger blue and the Royal Blue 42, the Sox from stance. It's 42, the most recognizable number in all of sports.
I do believe so. If you think about 42, it's either 42 or 23 to me. The difference is 23 means different things to different generations, whereas 42 I feel like is synonymous with Jackie Robinson no matter who you ask and no matter what age group, because there is a new generation of kids, and I wonder how you feel about it because, Colin, you and I are technically in different generations. who when you see 23, a lot of that is tied to LeBron James as well and not just the Jordan number.
I would agree with that, but I'm sort of in between that generation where, I grew up with LeBron, but 23 is Jordan's number. So I sit on the side.
Your buddies then, at least. Because you're the guy that brings up like statistics from the 1967 NBA Finals.
It's just,
so you're the wrong guy to ask.
Listen, Jordan made that number timeless, right? Like, I wouldn't say LeBron has done the same thing because LeBron's had 2 numbers, 3 teams. Technically 4 if you want to count the Cleveland second stint. Point being, 23, I think, is the comparison to this. You could say 12 because there are so many players in football that have worn number 12 and donned it and did right by it. But ultimately, I don't think in terms of cultural impact, historical impact is probably the right word. 42, I think, probably reigns supreme.
42 is the one. 42 is the one. The fact that his number is, I didn't even know this before today. I didn't know his number was retired in college as well. 42.
Way to honor him on Jackie Robinson.
Sorry, Jackie and Jackie's family.
Kaiser University, go select 42. No. Choose something else.
Tina, when you think, is there any numbers stick out to you in sports that are iconic? Because one thing I'll say is, if I go to a basketball game of any level and I see somebody wearing the number 23, I go, that kid better be the best one on that team. I know nothing about these teams. I know nothing about these players. If your coach allowed you to wear 23, you better be the best. Apparently, you can't even wear 42. Are there any numbers that stick out to you in sports, Tina?
42 is not the one for me.
Yeah.
I would say 23.
23.
And then Colin brings up 12. Like, those are the only 2 I can think of.
Number 1 also is a big one, even though
you
I
don't
don't
know 42 because you haven't seen 42 because it's been retired.
Probably the issue.
I didn't know about 42.
Who was it, Mariano
until
Rivera?
13 minutes ago either. So.
Yeah, they retired in 04, 05, maybe 03.
So Mariano Rivera was the last player who was grandfathered into 42.
You didn't know? You don't know what's going on with Jackie Robinson?
I do now. I said 42 was not a number that I no until 13 minutes ago.
So you're not on top of it. Have you seen 42 the movie? Have you seen 42 the movie?
Do I watch movies?
No, but have you seen
Exactly.
42? It's a great movie.
No.
It's a great movie.
Question
Theo, you've
for you,
seen that,
Colin.
of course, right?
Moving
on from
You've seen that movie, right?
No. Question for you. Well, do you consider 42 a sports movie, though? I was having this conversation with somebody.
Why isn't it?
I think it feels like it's more to me a biopic, and it also is, somebody was asking me about my favorite sports movies, and I said mine, and then they said theirs, and one of them was 42, and I was like, Hoosiers
so
is
it
a
was
sports
you
movie.
who had a problem. Yeah, Hoosiers is a sports movie.
Yeah, I have a problem with calling it. I don't feel like it fits in the genre of quote unquote sports movies. It's a biopic. It's a legendary cultural movie. It's it's huge. It was a big deal, and I loved it. It's not anti 42 of me. It feels beneath 42 to call it a sports movie.
Because sports movie has a attachment that it's not a great movie, but it's a fun, nostalgic movie.
Kind of like Air Bud is a sports movie.
All right. I mean, geez.
Name some sports movies. What's your favorite sport? Field of
Favorite
Dreams.
basketball movie is Coach Carter.
Coach Carter is a sports movie.
It's a great sports movie.
Remember the Titans is a sports movie.
Yeah, best football movie I've ever seen.
Biopic.
Best sports biopic I've ever seen. I mean, how many sports biopics have been made? Invincible with Vince Papale? That's not a bad movie.
What about Kevin Durant's Thunderstruck?
It's a godforsaken film. You ever see the movie about Gail Sayers and Brian, what was the last name? Shaw? Brian's song? That movie's terrible as well. Yeah, there's that. I mean, Jackie Robinson's a good example of that. Yeah, I don't know.
People are going to get after you, Tina. We already got one comment in the chat. Tina, please watch the movie 42.
Yeah, you got to watch 42.
You got to watch 42.
It's a great movie.
Fine.
It's about Jackie Robinson's career. And best scene in that movie is Leo DeRocher, who is his manager. When Branch Rickey calls him in the middle of the night saying, guys are signing a petition to get Robinson off the team, and he calls them all to the kitchen, and he starts knocking around all the pans, and he goes, I don't care if he is yellow, or I don't care if he's black, or I don't care if he has stripes like a zebra. If he can win games, and then he starts warning them. He goes, he's just the first. He goes, there's more come behind him, and they all want to play. So that's to me his best scene in the movie. That was apparently a true story about that specific part with DeRocher.
Oh, really? So that was like one of those.
Apparently,
yeah. There were so many incredible parts of that movie, and that was another reason why it's another a Chadwick Boseman classic as well. So 42, a must-watch movie, certainly, as we continue on to get around.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Wait, hold on a second. Tina has a thing.
Tina's got a thing.
I just got a text from a friend who's a listener that said, not that good of a movie. And I said, 42, question mark? And he's like, yeah, LOL.
Wow.
I don't think it's not the best baseball movie I've ever seen.
Maybe not. That's a great movie, though. That was a really good movie.
Great movie.
That was a great movie.
Here's the thing. I think Moneyball's the best baseball movie ever.
Who dislikes 42 as a movie?
Yeah, I don't know.
You said not that good of a movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It is. It's objectively a good movie because it's interesting. And but in terms of the best, it's not the best baseball movie I've ever seen. I'll definitely say
Moneyball. Moneyball was interesting.
Moneyball's great. Moneyball's a fictional movie. I mean, that is like they missed so many key ingredients to that team. It is laughable.
Right,
Yes.
but because it's a movie, though, it's
Right.
like it's supposed to be dramatized in a certain
It
way.
is.
I really enjoyed Moneyball because I like the minutia and the inner workings of how like the GM front office works.
It's an aesthetically pleasing movie because it's all about what people want. Everybody deep down has an inkling that they could run a team well, and that shows a really good behind the scenes of what it's like to run a team.
Draft Day.
Especially,
Draft Day also.
Draft Day's a godforsaken movie.
Also,
I can't stand
inaccurate as
Draft
hell.
Day.
But why
I
do
can't
people like
stand
it, though?
Draft Day.
People like it for the same reason why people like Moneyball, even if you feel like Moneyball was better.
I'm not a Draft Day guy, but I do love 42. I haven't seen it in years. Jeez, I gotta watch that again recently.
We should do a watch party, a 42 watch party. We can involve Tina and her friend, and maybe we can point out to him or her why 42 is a good movie.
Yeah. Pee Wee Reese, remember when he puts his arm around Jackie when he gets the first after he gets clipped? Remember that?
No.
He's like, something about me and you, Jackie. He goes, we're going to change the world, Jackie. You remember that? Pee Wee Reese.
I can't remember all of these
Hall of
specific
Famer, I believe, Pee Wee Reese.
I tell y'all, Colin Russo has the best recall of any person I know. And I'm starting to wonder if it's because he continuously recalls things to people every day. When's the last time you told that story about that movie?
Pee Wee Reese?
3 days ago?
It's been a while. It's been a while. I don't remember the last time I talked about 42. Clearly nobody's watched it. I don't know. Great movie. Love that movie. Got to watch it again soon.
Can we go to the next stop on the
Yeah, where are we going? Let's see.
You're the conductor.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina. How about that little play-in action last night in the second quarter of last night's Hornets win over the Heat? LaMelo Ball tugged Bam Adebayo's foot, causing him to fall late or early in the second quarter, injured his tailbone, which sidelined him for the entire night. Bottom line, should the NBA suspend LaMelo Ball for their next play-in game?
Yes. And I say that as somebody that hopes the Hornets actually make the playoffs and get a chance to see LaMelo v. Cade Cunningham in the first round, because that would be entertaining for me. But I do believe he deserves to be suspended because he did the crime. It was an elimination game. It was not a basketball play. And Bam sat out the rest of the game because of that injury. There has to be consequences for your actions. And when you make a non-basketball play like that, that clearly was intentional, and it results in the way in which it did last night, there has to be some kind of recourse for that. Immature, and he didn't even handle it like a man afterwards. Tina, did you see the actual grabbing of Bam's heel, the play that happened there?
I didn't, but are you being dramatic?
No.
No?
No,
Wow, you don't think he should be suspended?
Wait, you think I'm being dramatic? I
don't know.
I wanted the Heat to lose.
I know, but I was like, is Theo being serious, or is this a little drama?
It's one game suspension. He did it. It's a non-basketball play. It's a dirty move. He could have caused a greater injury to Bam. And I do think that there needs to be some kind of penalization.
It was intentional?
It was intentional. He looked at him.
Clearly?
He was looking at him. He says it wasn't. He said that he got his head hit and he didn't know where he was.
I don't know. I don't think in the moment he was thinking, let's injure Bam Adebayo. I think he was just trying to slow him down or get him out of bounds.
He pulled his foot?
Exactly. Here's the thing. So what happened was LaMelo thought he got fouled on a layup. When he did not get the whistle, he got frustrated. And in the midst of his frustration, all in one fell swoop, he reached out and grabbed Bam Adebayo's leg to try and trip him up or hold him up. The reason I know it was intentional, and I'm right. You're right, Colin and Tina. He wasn't trying to hurt him. He was trying to hold him up. But you can't do that because the results of that can sometimes be players get hurt. He did the same thing to Bam Adebayo 2 years ago, and he can't deny that was intentional because he reached for him 3 times. This time, it only took 1 to bring Bam to the ground, and it hurt Bam. So I do think he needs to be suspended. He's a repeat offender, and I'm not being dramatic. I know it seems that way to you, Tina, but I don't like it. It has no place in basketball.
I just feel like a suspension is a little extreme.
1 game suspension. That's all it is.
Like, don't they do fine? Like,
You can't say it's all it is when it's a win or go home.
The guy has
It's
a
a
$300 million contract. If no fine can hurt him. He needs to have real consequences.
I agree with that. And you know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if the NBA did this. And I'm not going to say I agree with it. I would prefer him to play. I think the product would prefer. I think the NBA needs to capitalize on a little bit of momentum. But the one thing I would say is if you're trying to stand on principle and sort of fight back in the player power a little bit, I think you got to suspend it.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. The players get away with everything in the NBA.
That's
the
it.
players
It'd be another stick in the long laundry list of things that Adam Silver has let the players walk all over him for.
What I would love to see is LaMelo get suspended and the Hornets still win and they move on.
Right.
We'll see what happens. Of course, they will be playing the loser of tonight's playing game in the East. But yeah, NBA do the right thing.
Next stop.
About an hour and a half south of here, give or take. Coral Gables, Florida, and way too early.
Wait, stop. Oh, I thought you were saying an hour and a half south of Charlotte. I was about to say, what is
From here.
Okay, from here.
Give or
Okay,
take.
I'm sorry. I messed up the conductor.
It's all good. Hey, I'll fly the plane, yeah? And Coral Gables, Florida. And way too early, spring football top 25 ranking. My ESPN is Miami Hurricanes at 7th in the nation. Is that too high or too low?
I think it's too low, but then I started looking at the teams above Miami, and I lost the ability to actually.
Who are the top teams?
argue
Do you
it.
have that in front of you? Let's
Yeah.
pull that up. I'm curious myself.
So the number one team in the nation, according to these way too early.
Should I be doing this?
Yes.
Injection.
He's like, let's pull that up. And I'm like, Colin's the producer.
Colin's hilarious.
Colin needs to
Colin
be the
is-
one pulling this up.
Well, I had it earlier.
He had it. I don't know. I didn't know where to look.
It's on ESPN. It is a way too, and now I obviously can't find it. The number
all
one
good.
team was Ohio State.
Number one team's Ohio State.
The number one team is Ohio State. I have
Texas
it.
is probably 2.
It's loading up right now.
Texas is probably 2.
Oregon
3.
is 2.
Oregon is 2. All
The
right.
Georgia
Don't
Bulldogs are
guess.
3.
You're not going to look it up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Is Gunnar Stockton coming back? I don't think he is.
No, I don't know who's playing quarterback for Georgia. Oh, Gunnar Stockton is back.
So let's think about this. There's 3 teams with returning quarterbacks. All right, number 4.
Yeah, Ohio State, Oregon, and
Texas
Georgia
is
have
probably
the quarterback. No, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is a returning quarterback. That's 4. That's
right.
4. CJ Carr.
CJ
5.
Carr. 5, the Texas Longhorns, who
All right.
I thought would have been ranked a little higher.
Okay.
I would feel disrespected. if I'm
Yeah,
Texas.
returning quarterback 2 is Texas A&M on there.
No, 6 is the Indiana Hoosiers with a new quarterback.
That's the first team with a new quarterback, but it isn't the reigning champion, and they got the top guy in the portal.
Yeah, and the Miami Hurricanes come in at 7th. Texas A&M you don't get to until the number 10 there.
I'm surprised by that because they got Marcel Reed coming back.
But for the Miami Hurricanes, you are getting a quarterback upgrade in Darian Mensah. You're losing 2.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of draft.
You're
guys.
losing 2 of the definitive best edge rushers in college football from last year who are going to be drafted in the first round next week. But what you're bringing back was the guy that led the nation in receptions in Malachi Toney and only is getting better. By the way, Colin, you know he's like supposed to be going into his first season of college football this year.
Yeah, he's 19 now, or he's 18. He's turning 19 during the season.
He'll turn 19 during the season. They hit huge in the portal as well, revamping on the defensive line. They also went and got the Darian Mensah from Duke. They went and got his number one weapon at Duke in Cooper Barcade, who was a 1,000-yard receiver.
Did they do that after the fact or before the fact?
Same time. They got him at the same time.
Oh, wow.
They kind of, it was like a joint.
So when the transfer
decision
portals closed, they just called Duke. Like, all right, who wants to come to Miami? All right, I'll go. Sure.
Hey, man. Hey,
How
hey,
much you
look.
offering? Here's $5 million.
The transfer portal extends for teams in the national championship. That's the way it works. But no, I do think that the Miami Hurricanes, the good thing about where they're positioned right now, and again, these are way too early rankings. Who knows what the AP rankings look like? And none of that matters anyways. The Canes are perfectly positioned for a great run this season because despite of how great they did in last year's playoffs, they didn't win the ACC championship. They didn't even make it to the ACC championship game. So I like the way in which they can build this. There's steps. There's actually steps to take, and there's things to be focused on. They're not going to be asleep on a random Friday night game in the ACC.
Well, they got a guy who has won an
stuff down the line.
ACC championship playing quarterback now, and Darian Mensah.
I didn't even think about it that way. We have an ACC champion quarterback in Mensah. I'm all the way too high on the Miami Hurricanes, and I'm surprised they're 7th in the nation in this poll. I wish they were higher.
Yeah, I can listen to a lot of those teams though that have a lot of returning talent.
You think returning quarterbacks? I understand. The top 5 teams have returning quarterbacks, but there has to be something to be said for having a
Going
quarterback
to the
improvement
title game. Yeah, I agree with that.
and going to the title game and beating Ohio State on
And
the
I'd
way
make
to
an
that
argument
title.
that Mensah could be better than some of the guys on that list. Mensa could be a top 5 pick next year.
Mensah could be the Heisman winner.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He could be based on.
I'm really impressed with him. He's a beast.
He's they're shades of Cam Ward, is what people are saying, and that was the get around.
Hey, he's a better passer. I mean, Cam Ward had more arm talent, but he's a better passer, at least in terms of like anticipation, the quarterback workings. He maybe doesn't have as much talent, but
Cam Ward he's nasty. He's good.
Cam Ward was an unbelievable athlete. Yeah.
Anticipate. I'm so mad, man.
What
Timing
Mensah
is
have
everything
40
in
touchdowns?
sports.
He had 40 touchdowns last year, something like that. Yeah.
Mensah?
Yeah.
High
38.
30s.
Yeah,
high
38.
30s. Timing is everything in sports. Because if you had Cam Ward with last year's team, or even Darian Mensah with last year's Miami Hurricane squad, I feel like the Canes are national champions. But it was the Carson Beck year.
If Bam Adebayo didn't hurt his tailbone, the Heat might be beating the Detroit Pistons in the first round.
Timing is everything.
Yeah, timing is everything.
Timing is everything in sports. Get out of here, man. Y'all.
Are we going somewhere else? Don't we have one more? Hold on. Give me a second.
Well, we ran out of.
Hold on.
Music.
No, we sure did not expertly produce.
It's a good get around when you run out of music. That means that we had so much fun.
How about Augusta? All right, Augusta, Georgia. The final round of the Masters is the most watched since 2015. I'm surprised by this. 14 million viewers, 20 peak. Is this more about Rory's rise the attention around golf? What was the reason that this kind of peaked the way it did?
I think it has less to do with Rory going back to back there and his fame, and I think it has more to do with way more people being locked in on golf as a sport to actually watch, as a sport to want to be a part of and to be around. And a lot of that is defined by not just what we've seen from probably the most recognizable figure in sports today, at least in America, with LeBron James and him doing the little thing with, who's the golf team? There's some guys.
Bob Does Sports.
Bob Does Sports.
Yeah, the guy's on
a
YouTube.
local dude. He's a
Yes,
Palm
they
Beach County
are.
guy?
He goes at 45.
He goes at 45. Bob Does Sports. So he went and did the golf thing, and LeBron's been all in on watching YouTube golf, and now he's being a part of it. But also, Tina, you watched as a big, confluence of influencers were all in and around Augusta National Golf Club and kind of rubbing people the wrong way. Golf is kind of taking over as a nice leisure watch sport.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Masters at all.
Not 1 second.
Not 1 second.
The whole weekend. What were you doing on Sunday?
Rotting in my bed because I was hungover.
Yeah, she had her birthday
Yeah,
celebration.
I had my birthday celebration,
which
on
is tomorrow,
Saturday.
by the way.
Do you couldn't rot on the living room couch?
I napped for a really long time.
For the entire round?
Well, you can't force her to want to watch a sport that she don't want to watch.
How long? What time did the hangover subside?
I woke up around like 10 a.m. and then I went back to sleep around like 11:30 a.m.
Here's the thing: if you would have turned on the
So
Masters,
I was out for 4 hours.
You celebrated your birthday, right? That's what I got
on Saturday. Yes.
And
he hates me right now.
He hates that you celebrated your birthday.
No, I don't think that's
I
a problem.
didn't watch the Masters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was like,
What did
you were in your
Did you expect Tina to put the Masters
you were in your
on?
bedroom.
Right, like,
Just, turn it on.
are you surprised that I didn't watch it?
Yeah, I am because it's the final round of the Masters. I mean, you could at least turn it on. Do you watch golf?
No.
Ever?
I like to go to golf events.
Did you watch the Masters
Have
last year?
cocktails. No.
You didn't watch any second of it last year.
No. I don't think I've ever watched on TV.
Hey, Colin, have you met Tina? By the way, this is Tina. This is
Right?
Colin Russo. I know that you guys have been working here for a while, but sometimes you don't. Yes, of course, Tina didn't turn the Masters on.
All right.
But she did see a lot of stuff from influencers in and around the Masters. One girl's getting like bashed for her outfit.
Which we will talk about that on the other side of things. But how was the birthday celebration?
They were great.
How about this?
Did you celebrate on Monday by going to F45? Let's do that.
I did because I was rotting in my bed all day on Sunday. I had to start the week off with a good workout. And that was, of course, at F45 Palm Beach Gardens. It's an early morning. I don't want to think about what am I going to do today? What muscle group should I exercise? I go to F45. They figure it out for me. It's a 45-minute workout. You walk in. There's a trainer there to help you out. There's a screen that shows you the exercises, a timer going off, great music, an awesome community that motivates you. F45 Palm Beach Gardens. I think I'm doing high rocks.
You're doing it.
So I think so.
And you're going to do the matchmaker one.
No.
Why not? Who are you going to do it with?
I'm going to do it by myself.
Okay.
I was told I need to do it solo.
Why?
Which scares me.
Why?
Well, I don't know if I trust a partner.
Okay.
I'd have to really trust a partner.
You don't have to trust them, but you have confidence in them.
Yes.
You should have confidence in them.
And that's going to be hard.
Let's figure out that plan on the other side of things. How about that?
Let's
Okay.
do that. All right. Well, we're going to figure out Tina's
F45.
theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Kaiser University's flagship campus, the 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees within the heart of South Florida. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 29 national championships, including the reigning champs in swimming and diving, lacrosse, and tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
On Friday, May 8th, the Ed Morse Automotive Group will host the 32nd annual Ed Morse MDA Golf Classic, benefiting the Muscular Dystrophy Association at PGA National Resort. Money raised supports life-changing research, care, and advocacy for children and adults living with neuromuscular disease. Golf spots are still available. To reserve your team online, visit the Ed Morse MDA Golf Classic registration page on Better Unite or call Lisa Kirksey at 706-248-1028.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Who says buying a car takes all day? At Greenway Kia West Palm Beach, we respect your time and make it simple. Shop online, value your trade, get pre-approved before you arrive. Then swing by, sign, and drive. Fast and easy. From the all-new redesigned 2027 Kia Telluride to the versatile Kia Sportage to the sporty Kia K4, your next Kia is waiting. Transparent pricing, zero pressure, just a smarter way to buy. Upgrade this month without slowing down. Only at Greenway Kia West Palm Beach.
We want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Looking for a fun, high-energy way to get outside and celebrate our community this World Autism Month? Join L's for Autism for the Roots and Ruts Off-Road 5K on Saturday, April 18th at the L Center of Excellence in Jupiter. This one-of-a-kind, family-friendly race takes you off the pavement and into the North Jupiter Flatwoods. Come run, walk, or cheer as we celebrate the strides our community has made towards autism acceptance and inclusion. Register today at lsforautism.org/roots and ruts 5K.
Hungry? Time for a power play at Duffy Sports Grill. We're talking juicy burgers, crispy chicken tenders, stacked sandwiches, and wings tossed just the way you like them, all part of the power play lineup. Big flavor, real portions. Choose your entree, side, and drink starting at just $13.99. So whether you're watching the game or just playing MVP at lunch, Make your move with the power play at Duffy's. Duffy Sports Grill. Our game is always on.
Hey, y'all get some more drinks going on. I sound a whole lot better.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Step into pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. For my weekend warriors. I'm not even a weekend warrior at this point. You know, I'm not getting as active as a lot of y'all are, but if you're a weekend warrior or if you're a seasoned pro, our all-pro team delivers the advanced care that you deserve, the one that they deliver to the pros and the one that they would love to bring right to your front door. You might have back pain, you might have aches, you might have soreness. We can get rid of all of that stuff. We can alleviate those pains. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care wants to welcome you to being treated like a pro. So get back to doing what you love most. Get back to the action and learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro. We were out at the pickleball courts yesterday at the Polo Club in Boca Raton, and it came up. I think it was you that brought it up, Tina. It came up. How do you realize it's time to go pro in pickleball? For a sport that is as new as it is, and for a sport that I'm sure a lot of people, pick it up at some point, first as a hobby, and then something they get addicted to, and then they're like, like a light switch flips at some point. How do you end up getting, feeling so good about your pickleball game that you become a pro?
Well, pickleball was huge during COVID.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when it just like took off. And that's when we were surrounded by pickleball players.
Yes.
And I was thinking, how many of them like just started this out of just having fun, getting outside, and then realized I'm really good. And she's like, yeah, like when do you decide? Like, I should do some tournaments.
Yeah.
Because I go to pickleball courts to play. I haven't in a bit, but I would go to pickleball courts, and there are really good players out there. Me and Dean Thomas once, this mom and son came up to us as we were just like playing for fun, and they acted like that they are beginners in pickleball. No, very advanced.
They pickleball sharked you? I didn't know they were
Hell
pickleball
yeah.
sharks. Oh.
They destroyed us, and we were just there to have fun. And so there's good people out there. Like, when do you decide, oh, I should maybe like be serious about this?
I don't know.
And then some of them are pros now.
I think about that too when you look at the Olympic sports. And I'm always like, yeah, like how did you, at what point in your life did you think about like taking the skis off and then putting them on your back and then running up a high hill and then back down and then skiing down? Like there's a lot of these really particular events that I'm always curious how people learned that they would be good at it and then became Olympic level good at it. And pickleball, with everybody picking it up left and right, I assume if I put enough hours in, be a pro pickleball player. Get it in. I only played like once or twice. Colin, have you played a little pickleball?
I played once at that place that opened up a little north of here, and it closed down like 4 days later.
Wow.
What was that place called?
We're not allowed to.
I don't remember.
Tina never wants to
Well,
say the name
it's
of
not.
that.
It's not open.
It's
so
not
like,
open anymore. It was a pickleball
like Treasure
center.
Coast
It was
in
a
Treasure
pickleball
Coast,
spot. We went and played. It was like my third day on the job.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they sent me and Rizzo, who just met each other. And, we have like this arranged marriage thing going on.
Yeah.
So we're going up and we're teamed up. And it was John O'Terry, who's a marketing consultant with us and Tina. And we played, we filmed it. It was a great time. They gave me a nice t-shirt. They gave me a hat. I still have both of them. And the place, shuttered up about, 2 weeks later.
It was a nice indoor facility. And I had to yell at Colin and Mike a few times because they were so loud in the indoor facility.
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah,
no
it's
one's here.
definitely-
We don't need to be shouting.
Well,
Please. And then people were showing up. I'm like, you have to be quiet. You have to just like lower the volume a little bit. We did beat them.
And they still have not to this day lowered their value.
No, it's okay.
Collectively. It works out.
I was impressed with the pickleball facility we saw yesterday.
Yes.
That was elegance. That
You know
was
what I mean? Like
elegance.
retirement community, they built that place is new. They built that. They built that out. 16 pickleball courts.
We built this.
Right.
Like the Drake.
That was fascinating. There were so many courts there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. You know what else is fascinating? The EDS air conditioning and plumbing. Coolest moment of the week.
Time now for the coolest moment of the week. Presented by EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDS is yes.
This from the final home game of the Miami Heat, the final send-off, final farewell from legendary PA announcer for the Heat, Michael Biamonte.
Drive home safely. Good night.
That your EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment of the week. One of my favorite things about this season for the Miami Heat is they sent that guy off. 35 years in that position, literally over 1,000, probably nearing 1,600 games called as the PA guy. They sent him off with a win, and he got a chance to be the PA guy and be in the building at Kaseya Center for Bam Adebayo's 83-point performance. He's legendary. He's synonymous with Heat culture. He's the voice that you know and love. If you've ever been inside of Kaseya Center and watched this Heat team perform, Mike B is the man. We love everything about what he brought to that organization. And I will say the shoes are going to be impossible to fill at first. But I did read this article on Mike B, and he talked about how Heat fans should be very, very open to the next voice that touches them. And I will be bought in on that. But from the Dos Munitos to the many different legendary calls that Mike has been known and loved for out there in South Florida, much love to a well-respected legend in the game. That easily is the EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing coolest moment. And most importantly, I'm happy for him that as he did that send-off in Game 82 of the regular season and we let him bid farewell, we didn't drag him back for a first-round series against the Pistons and have him watch and have to sit through what happened against the Cleveland Cavaliers last year. Waste of time. Thank you to Mike B. Makes sense, right? Like that would have been you do that farewell and you hear the cracks in his voice and the emotion and the care that he has for this team and their well-doing. You want to send a guy like that off with a win, not another blowout 50-point loss in the playoffs. Would hate that.
Totally. I saw his video on social like over the weekend,
Yeah.
and it basically brought tears to my eyes.
Dude he cares.
Mm-hmm.
He's grown with it. I think he got his start as a PA guy in wrestling, and he was doing actually some calls early on in his career with Andre the Giant.
Wow.
Which he tells is a story in The Athletic right now about him. He talks about a specific moment where Andre the Giant used to like berate the ringside announcer as part of his act. And the first time Andre ever did it to him, he was in fear for his life because he had no clue he was going to be a part of the act. No clue he was going to be part of the show. So it's a guy that's lived a lot of different lives in the PA world. And again, good luck to who's going to be doing that next. But I do know that when it comes to Heat culture, they tend to get the right guys or gals in position. So huge, historic season. It'll be known for 83. It'll also be known for the farewell from Mike B. So big shout to him, man. Glad the Heat season is over. I cannot lie to y'all.
Wow. You're down on them playing extra games just for the sake of it. Is it more about the lottery pick over everything?
There's more lottery. It's a lottery pick over everything. I'll be cool to watch. I mean, Davion Mitchell was a fun watch. You know, Khalil Ware, love to see his growth, love to see him get more reps. But I want the lottery pick. I want a chance at a franchise quarterback. That's how this works. I don't want to be the Steelers of the NBA anymore.
Right.
That's what they are.
All right. Wow. Jeez. Tina, did you tune into the Heat game yesterday?
No.
You did not, right?
Nothing. You did miss a lot, actually. It was a fun game. But you ain't.
Why are you asking these questions?
Prime Video.
What?
Like you're asking questions you should know the answers to.
Prime.
You didn't watch the Heat game last night, all right?
I just said no.
All right. You didn't watch the Masters. You didn't watch the Heat. Did you watch the
Super Bowl?
Did you watch Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I had to.
Did you watch the AFC Championship game?
What was that game?
Oh.
Snowmageddon?
Did you watch the snow game? It was a Sunday, 3:00 CBS. It was
3:00. No.
Broncos, Patriots.
It's on Sunday.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Did you watch that? You didn't watch that? The
Jared
snow game
Stidham?
in Denver?
I saw highlights of it.
Did you see the Rams Seahawks game?
Come on.
When? In 2012?
No,
when?
No, the NFC Championship game.
No.
You did not see that.
I don't know, Colin. I don't remember what I wore yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't remember games that were 6 months ago.
What? All right, so I'm curious because y'all work in this office all the time. Why are you just now realizing that Tina does not have the sports calendar glued to her refrigerator like you do?
Well, the Masters, I think, is a rough one.
Why?
Because it's the Masters.
All right, you know what? On the other side, we'll do this. We'll give the top 5 must-watch sports events.
Are there 5 sporting events you watch all year?
Yeah, there's some.
Intentional.
Name 5.
No.
They're not like big like games, like the Super Bowl.
So you watch Super Bowl, that's one. All right, you got 4 more. Put some thought to it. We'll take a timeout.
Let's take a timeout before we do. You know what, Tina? Oftentimes where you can find the schedule for these games or
you go to
watch
Duffy's.
them, you can go to a Duffy Sports Grill. Thank you. How'd you know that, Russo?
At 80 TVs.
80 TVs in every single location. Duffy Sports Grill is the place to be. And you don't have to. Sometimes you go to a sports bar or a restaurant and you got to bring your phone in there and stream the game you want to watch or try to figure out a way. Maybe you have your headphone in and you're listening to ESPN 106.3 of the game you want to watch. No, at a Duffy's, they're going to have the game on. And if not, you just pull your waiter or waitress over. You ask them to turn the channel. They have 80 or more television screens. They'll take care of you. They also can take care of you for a good little lunch grubbing. The Duffy's Power Play right now. Come on, $13.99. We're talking about an entree, a drink to go along with it, and a starter. $13.99 for you to be able to get that. And we're talking about real Duffy's food. Duffy'sMVP.com. That is the place to go. That is where you log in online. You get your MVP card. Start tracking your rewards today. And when you become an MVP, you actually start feeling as valuable as MVP stands for, because they will take care of you. They reward you as you continue to stack up those rewards at Duffy Sports Grill. 80 or more television screens, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. Duffy's is the place to be. Find your local Duffy's and fall in love again. Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. We'll figure out what games are always on at Tina's house on the other side. We're going to get 5 sporting events that are must-watch from Tina on the other side here on Theoretically Speaking, because Colin is just begging to know. So we'll get to that. That is Colin. That's Tina. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball Baez and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Join us on a culinary road trip through South Florida at the 2026 Orange Bowl Food and Wine Celebration presented by Florida Blue. Experience an evening of food and fun on Friday, April 17th at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Enjoy unlimited food and drink tastings from dozens of South Florida's top restaurants while dancing the night away to a live band and DJ. Tickets start at just $135 and proceeds benefit Orange Bowl Cares community initiatives. Get your tickets at orangebowl.org.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Smalls here. What if you could enjoy the flavor of a cocktail without the alcohol? Meet RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category that delivers bold taste and a warming sensation, but with 0 alcohol, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and 0 calories. So you can celebrate with friends, unwind after a long day, and wake up tomorrow feeling great. It's all the ritual of a drink without the regret. Discover RK at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, the spirit without the alcohol.
1, 2, get down.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
All right, I'll say this. I don't think the draft lottery is rigged, but if it is, just look out for my Miami Heat. If you're in the NBA league offices, Tatum, Silver, look out for my guys. If so, they deserve it. But what I do know is the good people who have Xfinity, they deserve what I'm about to talk about. Because with Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with the live games, with the daily sports coverage, and the expert analysis. And now, the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you additional access to ESPN content right there on that handy-dandy ESPN app, which is free, including more must-see action like WWE premium live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access. And then start watching right in that ESPN app. More from ESPN, and it's all in one place. This is the happy hour. This is Theoretically Speaking. It's your boy, Theo Dorsey. Colin Russo's right there on the other side of the glass, and we got Tina Costanza in for the happy hour, and she has been getting pestered and quizzed by Colin. And I think this started when you brought up you didn't watch
The get around, it was the Masters.
the Masters tournament this past weekend, which Rory got his second green jacket. And now, Tina, you're going to give your top 5 like must-watch for Tina game sporting events. What are we going to label this as?
6.
Okay, 6.
The 6 that are actually get turned on.
The 6 games that you
We
watch
can confidently say
yearly.
they're going to get turned on.
You're not getting specific games or anything, Colin.
That's fine. Let's just do it. Let's just do it.
I have no idea how
Number
you're going to
6.
if it's not specific games. I
Okay,
don't know
these are
what-
not like these are random events. I didn't rank them. These are just 6,
Yeah, it's just 6 of them.
6
I
sporting
understand.
events that I will turn the TV on for.
All right, well, let's start here then.
Number 1.
Super Bowl. Obvious.
Easy.
Obvious Super Bowl.
You good with that, Colin?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I believe
Number
that too.
2.
National Championship.
For what?
College football.
Come on, man. You have to ask. You have to
Oh my
ask. You think this is the
gosh.
college
I mean,
baseball
did you watch
World
Michigan
Series?
UConn last week or
Oh,
no?
good.
All right,
Good.
continue.
Yes.
Number 3.
Random Steelers games.
Okay.
They'll be on in my house.
Does that count as multiple, or is this just one? Okay, we're going to count it as one because it's a genre.
Do you have Sunday ticket?
We have Red Zone.
So you don't watch the
We have
actual Steeler game.
some games
you see,
I get.
You see
Some
a
games
play
I get.
in the Steelers
I have
game.
YouTube TV and some games I actually get.
You get multiple plays from the Steelers?
Not really.
No, I have YouTube TV, so I do get some full games.
All right, fine. You watch an
Number
occasional
4.
Steeler game.
Shut
Go
up.
Continue.
Orange Bowl.
All right.
In person, by the
In
way, which
person,
is
yeah,
impressive.
You were
that.
breaking down. Who played in the Orange Bowl this year?
Moving
Number
on.
5.
Wasn't it Oregon?
Yeah,
Who'd
there
they
you
play?
go.
And
Come on. You're never going to think of this team off the top
We
of
were
your
out. We were
dome.
out front.
We were there.
I know we were.
You want me to give you the region of the country?
They play in Texas.
Texas A&M.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Number 5.
No.
Texas Tech. The Red Raiders. You knew.
UFC fights in the Winter Olympics.
Wait.
Number 5.
The Winter
UFC
Olympics
fights.
happen once every 4 years.
I turned it on this
Oh,
year. You
UFC
said-
fights.
Yeah.
And then
Number 6.
The Olympics. You turn that on
Yeah.
the TV.
How often you watch a UFC fight?
You know, we only
Do
have
you
like
have
50
Paramount
seconds. I have Dean
Why
Thomas.
are you- Dean Thomas has the plug
Oh.
on all of them. He actually jailbroke her TV to get all the UFC fights. Dean Thomas.
He
did.
doesn't get a free pass with the guy who's on the broadcast. They don't.
I go
they
out
don't
and
want-
watch it.
Go ahead.
I go out and watch it.
We got to get Dean Thomas back in here.
I know he's been traveling like crazy. He was
I
just here
know.
for UFC Miami on
Really?
Saturday. Yeah,
Why didn't we grab him? Why didn't we grab him?
I don't know. He's everywhere.
Do you think he'll just give me his flight schedule? That way I can know when he's back in town, and that way I can pull him when he's available?
Yeah.
There we go. I'll do that then. Colin Russo and Rizzo is next with Mike. Tina, thanks for your time. Thanks for sharing your viewing schedule. And I'm your boy, Theo. Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
On Friday, May 8th, the Ed Morse Automotive Group will host the 32nd annual Ed Morse